So today our topic is Home Sharing 101, the financial, social, and practical benefits of home sharing, even during the COVID-19 pandemic. Today we are going to go over the ways home sharing can positively impact multiple aspects of your life. Like I said, even during the COVID-19 pandemic. After we get through the different slides, we will open our discussion to a question and answer portion. All right, let's get started. Survey after survey shows that Americans want to remain in their homes as they get older. How can older Americans achieve this goal, also known as aging in place? Today, we are going to look at one simple solution, home sharing, and how it can increase your monthly income, introduce new friendships into your life, and add a helpful hand around your house, all to help you stay in your home as long as you'd like to. So, home sharing is an exchange based housing approach that allows for adults to obtain additional income, companionship, and task assistance, all by renting out a room in their home. Now, I'm going to show you how you can hear directly from current hosts who are home sharing during the COVID pandemic. Through their words, sharing their experience, you can see how home sharing has benefited the host either financially, socially, or through task exchange. So I'd love to share a few stories from our hosts and guests who have been home sharing through the pandemic together. Ginger and Pete are both musicians. Pete plays for the Boston Philharmonic, and Ginger is a former musician as well. After messaging through Nesterly, their love of music and the arts sealed the deal, and they decided to home share together. Peter loves helping Ginger by ordering groceries and different supplies online, allowing for them both to stay as safe as possible during the COVID pandemic. Judith and Nadia, another pair of home sharers, have been home sharing through the entirety of the COVID pandemic. Nadia will run errands for Judith to help Judith reduce contact with others and to keep her safe. They've even found ways of celebrating Eid and Easter in the home together. So, home sharing can be a great income stream. Opening your home to new housemates not only provides physical support, such as cooking, dog walking, or snow shoveling, as well as social connection, but it is also an excellent way to make passive income. On average, Nesterly hosts make around $6,000 annually simply from home sharing. 9.7 million households 65 and over spend 30% of their income on housing. Many homeowners are faced with necessary upgrades to their homes that come with a price tag. And for many people, things like property taxes, utility bills, additional maintenance costs, they can really begin to pile up. Dipping into retirement savings isn't always the most sustainable solution, and this is where home sharing can come into play as an easy way to increase your monthly income, save for retirement, have extra cash on hand for home repairs, monthly bills, and any other expense that you want to save towards. One of our hosts, Stefano, he actually rents out 3 bedrooms in his home, and he does this so that he's able to pay his mortgage each month. There are endless benefits to having a friendly face in your home. Someone to share a meal with, tell stories to, and really form a real meaningful connection with. I want to share a story of a home share that really exemplifies the social benefits of home sharing. Bettina joined Nesterly as a way to meet new people. Her husband was diagnosed with dementia, and while the couple have employed a full-time caregiver for him, Bettina does believe that young energy is really good to have in the home. Lawson, her guest, moved from Australia to conduct clinical research at the Massachusetts Eye and Ear in Beacon Hill. While the prices in Beacon Hill can be unimaginably high, when Lawson saw Bettina's home, he knew it was a perfect fit. Plus, Bettina was very excited to have a guest who's also a musician. In Bettina's words, Lawson is better than perfect. I think of him as a grandson. Now, I'm going to show a quick video of one of our hosts, Nellie, describing the social benefits that she received from home sharing with her guest, Sarah. Just give me one moment to start the video, please.
I had lost my husband 3 years ago. I was lonely, and that I was also looking for a little.
Oops, sorry about that. Hopefully that'll come back in a moment.
Bit of extra income. I thought it was a wonderful idea, matching an older person with a younger one. I was lucky enough to find a young woman whose background matches mine in some ways. She loves literature, she loves poetry, and she loves cats, which is even more wonderful. So I feel very blessed to have Sarah in my life. I think the people at Nesterly have made themselves very available, which is wonderful. If I needed to ask questions, I could always get in touch with somebody, and it's turned out to be a wonderful solution. Even more than a solution, a great life change.
All right. So, as you could hear through Nellie's words, she called home sharing with Sarah a nice life change. I think that really speaks for itself for how impactful it's been with her. All right. And I think we just had someone new join. So, if you don't mind just making sure that you're on mute, that would be wonderful. Thank you so much. All right. So, staying close to home and avoided crowded places can help us all reduce the risk of being exposed to COVID-19. But this may come with a cost, especially for those of us who may live alone. Social connection is an important way to maintain our overall well being. The COVID-19 pandemic has completely changed the way that we socialize and connect to one another. Loneliness can arise from unmet needs for that social interaction and is unfortunately often a precursor to a host of poor medical and social outcomes. It is so important that you stay connected to your community, connected to family, and open to new and meaningful relationships in your life. Nesterly does not just provide that helpful housemate, but also provides someone to develop a new friendship with, someone to eat dinner with, to go for a walk around the neighborhood with, to really form that special bond and to help reduce some of that loneliness that might come from the forced social distancing that we all are going through currently. So, like I said, during the COVID pandemic, having someone in your home can really help to ease the isolation brought on by social distancing. One of the unique parts of home sharing through Nesterly is the option of adding Task Exchange to your listing. Task Exchange can save our hosts money, time, and be a less risky way to accomplish chores in and out of the home. Our hosts often speak of the value that they find in receiving help with tasks such as cleaning, cooking, grocery shopping, and even technology tutoring. Hosts who may have some functional limitations, such as carrying heavy shopping bags up the stairs, have really found that having their guests complete these tasks have added to their overall quality of life. So, for hosts who are interested, incorporating Task Exchange is an optional feature that can be tailored to meet the needs of each home share. For example, during the COVID-19 pandemic, hosts have had their guests teach them how to use Zoom, how to use FaceTime, all of these different types of technology to help the host stay in touch with family members that might not live close by. Hosts have also had their guests go get groceries for them, have helped them with ordering different items online, all to really reduce the host having to leave the home with potential exposure to COVID. Some other tasks that are available through Task Exchange that might not be as COVID specific are snow shoveling, lawn mowing, cooking, among many others. So now we have made it to our question and answer portion. If you have a question, you can definitely unmute yourself to ask. However, if you're not asking a question, I do ask that you stay muted for the time being. I will happily answer everyone's questions to the best of my ability. However, if your question does warrant more information and might be a little long, I'm happy to make note of it and then to get back to you. Does anyone have any questions? Yes. I will unmute you so you can ask it. All right, go ahead.
I live in Pittsburgh,
Mm.
and for the past couple of times, I try to make contact with folks. No one returns call or shows up, or I just have an initial contact, and that's it, and nothing happens after that.
Mm-hmm.
It leaves me in a bad space because I don't know if it's serious or not serious.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't live in Boston. I live an hour, but an hour, hour and a half, but I live outside of Boston.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if this is an effect, but no one has said anything to me. So I don't know what my status is, how they're looking at this location. I don't know.
Sure. So you said that you are located about an hour outside of Boston?
Yes,
Okay.
by commuter rail.
By commuter rail.
By car.
Ah, gotcha.
Yes.
So that could be why there might not be as much messaging to your listing right now. It's hard to say exactly without looking at the specifics of it. However, I would be more than happy to possibly give you a call sometime, maybe, within the coming week to really look into this and be able to figure out what's going on there. Would you be open to that?
Sure.
Okay, excellent. So I will definitely make note and I'll email you to schedule a time. That sounds good?
Okay, Julie, thank you.
Of course, no problem. Does anyone else have any questions? Okay, if no one else has any questions, that's totally fine. We did receive a few questions prior to our presentation, so I'll just go through those right now. And if you do have a question that maybe bounces off of that, please feel free to let me know. So the questions that we received via email are, can my guest help me bathe or give me my medication as Task Exchange? So simply put, no. That's because these types of tasks such as bathing, toileting, medication, those are really in the hands of a professional like a home health aide or a nurse. Our guests are really not equipped or trained to act as somebody who bathes, toilets, or provides medication management. The types of tasks that our guests might be interested in completing would be something like I mentioned earlier, snow shoveling, technology tutoring, cooking, grocery shopping, things that really help more around the house instead of personal care. Okay, the second one was, I'm interested in home sharing to make extra income, but I'm not sure I want to before receiving the COVID vaccine. What should I do? What I would say to this host is you can create your listing now, get it out of the way, upload the photos, write a little bio about yourself and describe your home. What you can do to make sure that people aren't reaching out to you right now, if you're not really ready to home share, is you can change the availability date to whatever date you think you might be ready. So for example, if you're thinking summertime, what you can do is you can create that listing on nesterly.com and then change the availability date to June 1st. And only people who are looking for home sharing at that time, such as June to July, June to whenever, will be able to see your listing. This way, you're not really going to have people reaching out who are interested to home share right now. And that third question, how does Nesterly collect rent? That's a great question. And we actually have an automated payment system that not only collects, but transfers the rent to your account on the first of the month. This means you don't have to worry about running around trying to get a rent check or worrying about where your payment is. We handle all of the nuts and bolts of it, so you have your rent in your account by the first. And that looks like those are the questions that we received over email. Is there anything else that I can answer for anyone? I'll wait just another few seconds just to see if anyone has any questions. Okay, no problem.
Oh, I do. I have a question.
Sure. Who's
Sorry.
speaking?
It's Bev.
Hi, Bev. How are you today?
I'm good.
How
I'm
can-
calling from Alberta, Canada. I don't even know if this applies. Are you even in Alberta, Canada?
Currently, we are not in Alberta, Canada, but what I can do is I can take your information and I can, put you in our list and absolutely let you know when we might expand to that area.
Okay. And my other question is I'm not sure if I can do this or not. Is there some way of having a trial period?
Do you mean a trial period between yourself and a guest?
Yes. So that I could see, okay, how would I be with someone in the house?
Sure. That's a really excellent question. What we would probably suggest is that instead of maybe booking with somebody for 6 months, a year, however long you might think you want to do, start by booking for maybe a month. If it goes well, if you decide that this is something that you are interested in and you do enjoy, we can always extend. It's a lot harder with expectations from both parties to reduce rather than extend the home share, if that makes sense. However,
Yes.
it can be done. You would just need to give at least 30 days notice. But we don't necessarily have a trial run, but the shortest amount of time that we can home share for through Nesterly would be that first 30 days.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Does
Good.
that answer your question?
It does. Thank you.
Great. No problem. And does
one more
go
question,
ahead.
actually.
Yeah.
Do you know of an affiliate that is in Canada, in Alberta?
So off the top of my head, I do not. But if you send us an email, which is hello@nesterly.com, it's also on the screen here. Just send me an email. This way I have your contact information and I can look into that for you and let you know.
Okay, thank you.